What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's filthiest pitches of the day. I am Pitching Ninja, and I'm here with a glorious Will Leahey. What's happening, Will?
Ninja, unfortunately, the Yankees clobbered the Mariners last night, 11-2. But there were some interesting things in that game, including some serious mound charging, some really dumb base running, and some history being made with Soto hitting his 40th home run. Him and Judge now are the first two Yankees to both have 40 dongs since Mantle and Maris back in the 60s, and then Ruth and Gehrig before that. So they're in pretty good company. But Ninja, can you walk us through this violent hit by pitch and mound charge that we saw?
Oh, dude, it was brutal. Luis Gil had a little bit of command issues in the first inning and went up and in on Victor Robles. Check this out. And then Robles took exception to it and charges the mound to hug it out with Luis Gil. Really took a surprise turn. I'm watching him like, I think he just got hit in the head. And he runs out to the mound and expecting something there, like bad feelings, like you suck. Instead, it was just a big hug off. Love it. And then things went downhill from there for poor Robles. Because with a 3-ball count, bases loaded, he decides to wacky things up and steal home. Unfortunately, Gil saw him and threw him out at the plate. Robles had been 23 for 23 in steals this year. So he thought that he had this magic thing that he was somehow not going to get out anytime he stole. But now he's 23 for 24.
Well, we got to give him a break, Ninja, because I think he must have been hit in the head from that hit by pitch earlier. He's clearly mentally handicapped now because this is the dumbest move I've seen in a long time. Justin Turner up 3-0 count. Just an absolute clown move and let his team down. And they got blown out because of it.
Wow, you're a little bit hard on Victor. You just took what was perhaps the most wholesome moment in this baseball season and kicked the man when he's down. And not only that, he also apparently hurt his hand on this slide. So
should have stayed down, Ninja.
Wow. Anyway, the Yankees ended up sinking the Mariners 11-2. Luis Gil had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 run. He had this fastball, slider, and changeup. And then that old hit by pitch moment where Will just adds insult to injury.
Deservedly so.
He faced Brian Wu, who had 7 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, which sounds good, but he also gave up 7 runs, which sounds less good. He had these front door 2-seamers, including this painted front door 2-seamer, as well as this changeup and sweeper. Now for the rest of my whip around the league. Brandon Bird Dog Williamson had 1 K in 1 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. The Reds beat the Braves 6-5. He had this elevated fastball and then hurt his arm on this pitch. And it didn't look good to me because he said something like, I think I broke my arm and it's my elbow. Yeah, we don't know the result.
Just reading the tea leaves here. It's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, don't call me Karnak the Great, but this doesn't look good. Hopefully he gets some good news. They did officially label it an elbow strain. I expect him to MRI it, and we'll see what happens. Prayers up for the Bird Dog. He faced Grant Holmes, who had 2 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this slider. Darren McCacken, which coincidentally is what Will asks every time he has sex.
McCacken
had 4 Ks in 3 2/3 innings, giving up 5 runs, had these 2-seamers. He faced Bobby Miller, who had 2 Ks in 2 innings, giving up 4 runs, had this knee-buckling curveball. As the Marlins beat the Dodgers 11-9.
And a little update for all those keeping score at home. We're at 48-48 because Dong Show Ohtani went deep here, blasting it in the second deck. Ninja, it's really looking like he's going to get that 50-50.
Dong Show. Hey, is McCacken? The Rays stung the Red Sox 8-3. Shane Baz had 6 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had this changeup and curveball. He faced Nick Pivetta, who had 6 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. Had these elevated fastball, slider, and sweeper.
Ninja, we're sub 500 now. It's not acceptable. I mean, not making the playoffs is one thing, but we got to finish at least 500.
Pride is on the line at this point, Will. In Will's other favorite team's game, his new adopted favorite team, The Mets killed the Nats 10-1. Tyler McGill had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up no earned runs, and had these fastballs. He faced Mitchell Parker, who had 1 K in 3 2/3 innings, giving up 5 runs, had this painted fastball.
Another big night for the Mets with the win, and both the Diamondbacks and the Braves lost again. So now they're tied for second in the NL wildcard race.
We need the Braves in the postseason. They apparently don't think they need to be in the postseason, though. They need to win. Mitch Spence had 6 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs as the A's beat the Cubs 4-3. He had these cutters, sliders, and curveballs. He faced Jordan Wicks, who had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 4 runs, had this elevated fastball and changeup. The Phillies galloped past the Brewers 5-3. Zach Wheeler had 6 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 1 run. He had this sinker and sweeper. He faced Frankie Montas, who was really good yesterday with 10 strikeouts and 5 2/3 innings. He gave up 3 runs, but put on an absolute splitter show. The Cardinals flew past the Pirates 3-1. Lance Lynn had 5 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run. And the sinker, cutter, and really nasty changeups, which I think surprised McCutchen here. He faced Bailey Falter, who had 3 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this elevated fastball. The Rangers shot down the Blue Jays 13-8. Nate Eovaldi had 4 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, but gave up 7 runs, had this cutter, sliders, and wipeout slider. He faced Chris Bassett, who had 2 Ks in 3 2/3 innings, giving up 7 runs, but only 1 was earned. So that's good for him. He had this 2-seamer and changeup. I have a feeling Chris Bassett is the type of guy who does not care that he gave up 1 earned run if he gave up 7 runs. The Rockies towered over the D-backs 8-2. Jordan Montgomery had 4 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had these curveballs. He faced Ryan Feltner, had 2 Ks in 6 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run, his fastball, and changeup. The Angels rose above the White Sox 5-0, breaking that huge winning streak. Boo, Angels. Griffin Canning had 6 Ks in 6 scoreless innings, hit his fastball at the knees, his changeup and slider. He faced Davis Martin, who had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had these elevated fastballs and slider. The Astros flew past the Padres 4-3. Hunter Brown had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, and this fastball at the knees. But the only thing anybody's going to remember from this game was him stealing Luis Ariza's soul with this front door 2-seamer. He sent the man to the dirt with this strikeout. And you can see here Ariza's soul arising out of his body. Pretty nasty to do to a man who doesn't strike out. Brown faced Michael King, who had 7 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had these 2-seamers, including these front door 2-seamers.
There's something else I think people might remember this game for, Ninja, and it was the wackiest ending of all time. In the 9th inning, 3-3, Altuve up, one of the clutcher hitters of the last, 20 years, and he hits this ball off
I don't think clutcher is a word, Will.
I'm not concerned, Ninja. And he hits this ball off his foot, and they call it inbounds. They said it didn't hit his foot. Altuve goes feet out for the boys on here, whips his sock right off, gets kicked out of the game. Bring it to the 10th inning. Profar gets called for a hit by pitch on replay. Did not hit him. And then next up comes Manny Machado with a tremendous play by Kessinger to end the game. And Profar is still unhappy about it. But this really got wild over there, Ninja.
That it did. I wonder if it hit him. If he thought he fouled it off his cup, would he have taken off his?
Well, we know if he fouled off his chest, he would not have shown the recording devices on there. So it's a good question.
Wow. The Tigers clawed past the Royals 3-1. Casey Mize had 3 Ks in 4 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run and had this slider. He faced Cole Reagans, who had 6 Ks in 7 innings, giving up only 1 run. His ERA this year, 3.24, and he is now second in MLB in strikeouts. Behind who, Will?
Our man Sale.
Chris Sale. Reagans had this curveball, slider, and changeups. The Twins beat the Guardians 4-1. Zebby Matthews had 5 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run, and his electric fastballs and slider. He faced Gavin Williams, who had 7 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had these fastballs and cutters. The best outing of the day yesterday was from Blake Snell. Snell had 12 strikeouts in 6 scoreless innings, giving up only 1 hit as the Giants shut out the Orioles 10-0. Had this painted fastball, this nasty slider, but the pitch for him this game were his changeups. He had 11 swings and misses on his changeup this game for an 85% whiff rate. He had 22 whiffs overall for the game, and he threw his first changeup to a lefty in 7 years in this game. So that's how much Blake Snell was absolutely feeling it. Usually I think of Blake Snell as Mr. Curveball, throwing a good heater, but yesterday it was absolutely changeup day for Blake Snell. He faced Albert Suarez, who had 3 Ks in 3 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, had this changeup and cutter. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Cue the saxophone. Alexis Diaz had this fastball. Will's favorite pitcher, Bo Brisky, had these fastballs, including this 99-mile-an-hour painted fastball, as well as this changeup.
To Bill Brasky!
Fernando Cruz had these dirty splitters. Joan Duran had this hammer curveball. Lucas Ursig had this filthy changeup. Ryan Helsley had this dirty curveball for a sword. Josh Hader had this slider and fastball. And Tyler Rogers had this painted slider. My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday. At number 5, I'm going to give it to this hug off after Luis Gil hit Robles, because I think we all need a little bit of wholesome love in our life. Make love, not war.
Powerful message, Ninja.
At number 4, Blake Snell for his wicked changeups. At number 3, Mason Miller for this fastball and slider overlay. That thing's filthy, as well as a 104-mile-an-hour heater.
Also, be remiss not to mention Ian Happ taking Miller deep off a 103.2-mile-an-hour fastball, the fastest pitch given up for a home run of all time.
I think I jinxed that here, Will. I just did a stat. I did some research on it, and there has never been in the entire StatCast era, which is a long time, a single extra base hit during the regular season on a pitch 103 or higher, no matter where it is in the zone.
Yeah. You said in zone?
Yeah,
So-
anywhere.
Nobody, anywhere?
Anywhere. I don't want to jinx it. So, like, we're
Yeah,
not.
I
So
know.
I shouldn't have
I'm gonna
said
know
that.
who to come to. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like, you know what's going to happen. And then I'm going to see you at the All-Star game, and you're going to pound my little body into the ground. At number 2, Hunter Brown for his soul-stealing two-seamer to Luis Ariz. It's a beautiful pitch if he did it to anybody, but doing it to Mr. Not Striking Out Man, this is ridiculous. And at number 1, it's Brusdar Graterol for this 100-mile-an-hour two-seamer that broke 19 inches. Look at this thing, an absolute UFO. And now my pitching ninja moment of zen. Well, at least this is zen for me. It's Sandy Alcantara working in the bullpen and apparently is up to 99 miles an hour. I miss Sandy. My picks of the day today, I'm going to take Aaron Nola for 6 Ks or more, then take Tarek Skubal for 6 Ks or more, and top it off with Spencer Schwellenbach for 6 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?